How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's had a great start to the week so far. Just thought I'd jump on and just have a little bit of a chat and just give my overall thoughts about the managerial search. Obviously, we've had a bit of news, haven't we, today from Phil Hay and Fabrizio Romano. So I thought I'd just jump on and give my overall thoughts on it at the minute because after the weekend, it's something that needs sorting ASAP. Otherwise, we will 100% be playing in the Championship next season. I think while they've still got a glimmer of hope, they need to be acting very quickly. Otherwise, like I said, I think we'll all be resigned to that fact. Just before I get into it, as always, please smash that like button. Please subscribe and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. So then, Fabrizio Romano shared the news. Well, actually, I actually first saw it from just a random Twitter account saying that Javi Gracia, I think that's how you pronounce the name anyway, former Watford coach who guided them to an FA Cup final. Yes, they got battered by Man City, but he still did get them there. And they finished 11th in that season in the Premier League. Has been plummeted to the top as now the new favourite to take over at Leeds United. It's unclear whether it's on an initial deal till end of season or if they're actually maybe offering him a 2-year deal or something like that. Phil Hay has not shared that, as did Fabrizio Romano. All he said is that Leeds United are in talks with him over the vacant position at Leeds. Now, I'll be honest, it's grown on me as the day has gone on. When I first saw it and I heard he'd been at Watford, my first thought was it must have been crap, obviously, because Watford sack managers left, right and centre. They're a strangely run football club in that sense of that they're always sacking coaches all the time. But since then, obviously, I've had a look at his stats as a manager on his Wikipedia page, and it's actually not as bad as what I would have thought. And you even getting Watford fans. I've seen, obviously, Leeds fans have been sharing tweets from fans of Watford, and they're all actually speaking quite highly of him and saying that they were gutted at the time in which he got sacked. And Troy Deeney at the time even said how good of a coach he was and how much he enjoyed it at Watford under him. So the more I've looked into it, the more I've sat and actually thought, given the circumstances in which we find ourselves in, yes, he isn't our number one choice. I think we all know who the two main targets were, and that was Iraola and Slot. But like I said, I think given the predicament we find ourselves in at the minute, which is very, very looks likely that we're going to go down, I think whilst we, like I said earlier, guys, whilst we've got that glimmer of hope of staying up, I think this would be a good appointment. I do. It's been met with a very mixed bag of reactions. I've seen a lot that just simply aren't happy with it. And I can understand that, based on other names that we've been linked with. But then I've seen a lot of people who are like me that are just accepting of it and just thinking, look, we need someone in. Skabala, I'm not blaming him because it's those numpties who have hung him out to dry. But the Everton game on Saturday proved to me and you guys and all Leeds fans that Skabala is not the answer to get us through to the end of the season. He's not the man to keep Leeds in the Premier League if we can do that. I do think we're capable of staying up, and I said that on my video yesterday. But the fact still remains that we're 19th. If we lose on Saturday, whoever's in charge, if we lose on Saturday, we are, I'll just say it, we're fucked. We are. If we lose on Saturday, we are doomed, in my opinion. we might as well just accept the fact that we are going down if we lose on Saturday. I think we're all kind of that mindset that we're going to go down at the minute anyway. But like I said, and I've said it a few times and I'm going to say it again, there is a glimmer of hope at the minute that we can get out of this. And we can get out of it with the right man in charge. I do believe that. But whoever comes in has got a massive task now after that Everton game. The Man United games, I could kind of forgive Skabala for. We got a point out of those 2 games, which is more than any of us thought, even under Marsh or whoever. So I thought, right, fair enough. Those games are ones where you don't expect us to get a lot of points. But we should have had someone in for Everton. They gambled on that Everton game. And if I'm honest, I think they've shit themselves after that Everton game. And that's why they're trying to get an appointment. And Phil even said on his article for The Athletic that they're basically trying to get someone in for Saturday now. I think we'll have, whoever it is, I think we'll have an announcement this week. I do. How close they leave it to Southampton. If the new coach is actually going to be in charge for Southampton, I don't know. But I think we'll have an idea by the end of this week who's going to be in charge. If they're wanting someone in for Saturday, I was saying to my dad earlier, I think Wednesday is the absolute latest we should be getting someone in to take charge of Saturday's game against Southampton. For me, if it gets to Thursday, Friday, then it's obvious that it isn't. But if it's Skabala on Saturday, then I'm not saying he can't win the game. He can. He's capable. This team is capable of beating Southampton at home. But Southampton just beat Chelsea. They're going to be on such a high, full with confidence. And if we lose, we're dead bottom of the league. It's not like we'll still be 19th or we'll be 18th, whatever. We'll be dead bottom. Which for me, just even though we're already in the bottom 3, it sounds daft, but even if we go down 18th, just finish 8. Do not finish bottom of the league. That's embarrassing. That's actually embarrassing. Another name, though, that I've seen just before I started to record this. Now, no TalkSport isn't usually the best source for information, but Rafa Benitez is apparently interested in the Leeds United job, according to TalkSport. And when Fabrizio Romano shared the news about Javi Gracia, he did say that there was an unnamed candidate that they're also in talks with, or they're trying for. Is Rafa Benitez this other candidate? Potentially. I think I speak for a lot of fans when I say that if we're given the option out of the 2, I would rather go for Rafa Benitez. He's won more as a coach, more experienced in the Premier League. He's had stints at Liverpool, Chelsea, and of course Everton, where it didn't work out for him, but he was always facing an uphill battle there after his connections with Liverpool. But he's had a lot of experience. He's won a lot of trophies. He's managed Real Madrid, etc. So I would rather have Rafa, but I think Benitez will want a longer contract. He said in the studio of the Newcastle against Liverpool game that he wants a project. A 6-month contract is not a project to Rafa Benitez. If we want Rafa, you'll have to pay him what he wants and give him the contract that he wants. He'll probably want 2 years minimum. Probably 3, actually. Are we prepared to give him that? Apparently, Javi Gracia is prepared to take a 6-month deal initially. I think that's what will sway it to Javi Gracia. And the fact that that's the name that has been said, rather than once Romano tweeted it, he could have just said Leeds are also interested in Benitez, in Nuno, whoever. But he didn't. It said unnamed. The fact that he only named Javi Gracia and Phil Hayes only named Javi Gracia. Maybe I'm overthinking there, but that just makes me think that it's leaning more towards him because of the circumstances. He'll accept a 6-month deal. He's out of work. You won't have to pay out for him. You'll be able to offer him a basic deal. Whereas Benitez would be wanting a good wage and he'd be wanting a good contract so that if it didn't work, he'll get a good payout, and you can't blame him for that. Would Benitez stick with Leeds in the Championship? He did it with Newcastle. Maybe he doesn't want to do that again. I don't know. There's a lot of different factors. If you were to ask me at the minute who I think will get appointed, I think it'll be Javi Gracia. But if I had the choice out of the two, it would be Benitez, 100%. So yeah, interesting at the minute. Obviously, we started off the day all moaning that we'd not heard a peep about it. And then we kind of got this news out of nowhere, and it's kind of just flown. So I'm enthused that we seem to be trying to fix it. It's too late, 100%. I think whoever gets it, whether it's Benitez, Javi Gracia, whoever, they've got such a huge task now. But yeah, it's the board's fault, isn't it? They left it too late to sack Marsh. They've left it too late for an appointment. It's been 2 weeks since we sacked Jesse Marsh. Everton had Deitch in within 3 or 4 days. 2 weeks, we still haven't got anyone. But we need to get this done. Because like I said, a glimmer of hope of getting out of this. They need to act quickly. It's as simple as that. And we'll leave it there, guys. If you've enjoyed this one, please smash a like on it. It really helps get the video out there. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. And share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.